Alright, so I'm going to talk about how young people can make themselves even more powerful, stronger, and, well, mentally stronger as well. Because you see, there's these things, right? There's these mobile phones, these telephone things. And now, I don't mean to diss, I don't mean to put down the younger generation of how they use these things, right? Back in the day, I used to abuse these things too. I used to play video games all the time, completely useless. Alright, in my head, it was like, I love playing these games because they give me a sense of community, because I like playing with other people. And in a sense, when you're going into that game or whatever it is, you're working with people, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go help this guy to do what he's doing, and then yada yada yada. But anyways, I'm going across the point here. Alright, how young people can make themselves stronger, more powerful, and use your imagination to your own ability. Okay, how can you make yourself stronger, healthier, and your mind as well, your mental state? Because you're not just a body, you're not just a mind, you're something else as well, right? You've got to be conscious of what you're doing, because I know that young people in society, they are very influenced by outside things, because as you're growing up, you kind of, you know, you're in this conscious awareness state, or a super conscious awareness state, where you're just looking around, what's this, what's that, you know. And then when you get to a certain point, whether that's around 7 to 14 years old, you start to express yourself into this reality, because you've gone from, oh, what's this, what's that, why is this, how's that, and then you go from, how can I do something, how can I express this, how can I change this, right? That's where the expression of self comes in to the being, right? And manipulating your surroundings, or your environment, should you say. Now, I want to put a few points out here just to help you, the younger generation, or if there's an older generation watching this as well. Now, we need to bring our attention to the mobile phones, the telephones that we hang around with all day, or at least some parts of the day, hopefully. How are these so influential to young people's lives? Well, it's because it's a computer, it's a television that is in your hand. It's a computer that is in your hand. You have got the world, you have got the internet at your fingertips. That's a very powerful meme on the internet, by the way, and if you don't know that, you're probably too young to be watching this video. Joking, stay along. I've got some mega facts. So, because in nowadays you've got this mobile phone. Now, I'm not shaming the younger generation. I'm not shaming you, right? I'm not shaming the older generation. I'm not shaming anyone because you use these things, right? You can see and you can use these things towards your advantage, because when you look at what it really is, like I said before, it's a computer, right? A computer. What does a computer do? Well, you can use a computer to input things to get an output, right? It's the same thing as a calculator. You put the buttons in, you can put your numbers in, and you get your numbers out. I press a button on this phone and it starts recording my voice. And then I press that button again and it stops recording my voice. Or I can press another button on this thing that brings me to a app or a presentation on this screen that can show me a whole load of other things that people have recorded, that people have put on the internet, whether it's a video, whether it's just audio, whatever it is. What I want to put out here to the people, to you, the youth, or the older generation, whoever's watching this video, these are tools, right? Now you've got to, I want to just give a little bit of cool past knowledge here, right? If you look back at ancient times to Egyptians, right? You always see these paintings where I think they're always side on. They've got all the dresses on, they're all in the skirts or whatever they were, and they're all looking at this thing. They're all looking at this tablet, this information technology. Now, what I'm coming to here, this is a tool. This is a tool of information. You can use this however you want. You can use it to your detriment, or you can use it to, what would you call it, your elevation, your benefit, something like that, your advantage. Because you could sit on this phone all day and just keep swiping. Oh, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny, and then before you even know it, an hour of your time has gone past. Now, I don't want to shame you if you do this, because I was a person way back in the day when I was 14, 15, yada yada yada. I used to go on one of these things and type in sexy ladies, and I go, ooh, they're quite nice, I want one of those, but it's on the phone. You know, I wanted a girlfriend back in the day, but I didn't realise, okay, we're going a bit deep here, because there's a lot of problems with that kind of shit. Anyways, so I used to be one of those people who would just sit on the phones and I'd type in on Google sexy ladies, and I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? And I'd sit there, probably not for hours at a time, but you know, it took my attention, it took my energy away from me, and it just wasted my energy. And if you know what I'm talking about, it does waste your energy. What you can then see with this is you can use this to your advantage. We've been given a powerful tool. Society has given us a powerful tool. The people who make these things have given us a powerful tool. Because yes, you could use this to type in sexy ladies and look at sexy ladies all day. Sure, you could. I prefer talking to them and understanding what they've got to say for themselves, and so I can connect on a deeper level to them, not just look at them on my phone, because that's boring. Anyways, but that's besides the point. How can you use this to benefit your life? How can you use this to elevate whatever you're doing, right? So say you're 7, 14, going on, you're in high school, something like that, you've got your first phone. What can you use it for? Well, certainly, like I said, you can type in sexy ladies and waste your whole time. Or you can use this information technology, everything's information. Your eyes literally get information every single second, every single moment. I'm giving you information through my voice right now. It's coming from somewhere. What I wanted to say is, whatever you want to do, whatever you think, right, just think right now, what do you want to do? What do you want to focus your energy on? Is it, oh, I want to look at some nice ass, or oh, I want to play some video games, or say if you're a girl, or I don't know what girls like on the phones, by the way, but say if you're a girl and you want to just, I don't know, look at makeup or something like that. And now I'm not telling everyone just stop what you're doing and piss off. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, imagine, use your imagination. What can you use this for? It's being given us for a reason. We've got these devices for a reason. So say if you wanted to be a scientist in some sort of position. So say you wanted to be a scientist in some sort of position, right? Say you wanted to learn physics. Well, you can sit there and use an app called YouTube, which this is probably on, and you can simply just sit there, get a piece of paper and write about physics. And then a couple hours down the line, a couple of days down the line, you know a absolute crap ton about physics. right? Another thing what you can use this information technology for is bringing more health and more wealth to your body and to your, well, to yourself, right? Now, I'm not talking about wealth as in money. Money is not wealth. Money is a means to get wealth. Money is not the wealth itself, all right? Wealth, should I say, is like, oh, well, I've got this nice warm coat. That's, you know, that's got some wealth to it, if you understand what I'm saying, right? You could have a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge that you can get from this. You can simply sit there and just learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. Days on end. You could never stop. Or you could sit on this phone and watch TikToks about girls dancing. Now, I don't know what the trend is with girls literally just shaking their ass on TikTok. I don't understand it, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it wobbles a bit, but I'm not bothered. Like, do you have anything else to provide to my conscience other than your ass? Bruh. Anyways, so imagine what you can do with these things, because like I'm doing right now, yes, I'm using a camera, and obviously you've got a camera on this phone. I'm just using this as a way to record my voice so you don't hear me from a mile away. You can use this to, well, help other people like I'm doing, or you can use it to build your passion. Say for instance you like creating music, simply just spit some bars and you think it's hard and you're just like, shit, this part needs to go along, so I might just go and rip some arse. No, we're not about that. I'm not sitting in bars, I'm just spitting them bars. Was that shit? I don't care. Anyways, that was a train. Yeah, so just to wrap this up, can we see as young people, I mean, I'm about 23, 20 odd, but can we see as young people, or just as people as a general, what we've been given? Is this a burden? Or should we see it as a burden? Should we see it as something which is like, oh, it's just a phone, you can talk to people on it and you can go on the internet on it? What can you use this phone for? Because I know that I've used this phone or computers to get me to a certain point of intellectual wealth, to where I'm like, fucking hell. You know, if you know, what can you do? Because I believe in the younger generation, because even though I do see them just walking down the street, swiping on the phones, doing whatever they're doing, right? I'm not trying to shame you. That's just who you are. That's just what you're doing. Okay? But I want to just empower the youth. I just want to, well, empower anyone to just have a little bit of an awareness to the way you're using phones, to way you're using things in your life, which you could use to a better advantage. Because I could type in sexy ladies right now and just look at sexy ladies, but I don't really care about sexy ladies. I mean, yeah, I'm attracted to women and I like women, but I'm not necessarily just going to sit here and look at sexy ladies. Get what I mean? If I wanted to use that in a different kind of perspective, to my advantage, not to my disadvantage, where I'm just looking at sexy ladies on my phone for no reason, which is just wasting my time and a certain bit of energy if I do a certain practice, which is probably not very useful. If I say, I go, oh, maybe I want to learn how to be with a girlfriend, or have a girlfriend, or meet a girlfriend, etc, etc, etc. Maybe I can use this information technology to go, okay, so how do I build a relationship? How do I start good conversations? how do I, well, use your imagination. It's not just for, you know, getting a girlfriend. It's, well, I know everyone in this world wants a job so they can make some money, so they can sit back at home and watch the telly for some reason. I don't know why you want to do that, but you can use these pieces of technology to advance your life in whichever way you want to go. And use your imagination too, because you don't need to sit in an office. You don't need to sit at Asda's and go beep, 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 beep. Use your imagination, because you are powerful. And I'm not just talking to the younger generation. I'm just emphasizing the younger generation, because I do believe that if you tap into your creative power at that age, you can do anything, man. I mean, anyone can do anything, because anything is possible. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you don't waste your energy, you're powerful, man.